Okay, here's another part to my figure collection video, part 4. And I'm going to show you guys a few things here. Good enough spot, I suppose. One thing here, so here's this Star Wars figure. I got that a few years back. Obi-Wan from, I think that's episode 3. Obi-Wan, it looks like it. Episode 3, Obi-Wan. Kind of just, I'm picky about how I'll have certain things. There's one of those little lightsaber things or whatnot. Scoot some of these out the way here. Okay. Here's this Obi-Wan from the Obi-Wan show right there. You guys can see that. So there's that. Here's Reva, right? I actually liked Reva. Pretty hot. I hope to see more of her. And throughout this video, as we reach towards the end, I do got some news, by the way. So, you guys want to see one thing I want to share? You guys want to see it? You sure? Okay. Here's this right there. Michael Jackson figure. This one's from the Grammys. Original 1980s. I bought that some years back at a thrift store. There, and guys, ready for this one? Here's this one right here. Another one. I'm telling you, man. So I have a lot of stuff here, pretty much protected, if you will. So that's why if you guys see me pulling out plastic bags a lot, that's like protecting these things, pretty much. Here's, I have a third one, or no, I got 2 more. Yeah, I see them. So here's these, right? TLC. We got Chili. We got T-Boz, right? Left Eye is in there. I know that. And we got Tupac. Plus, I got Biggie. It sucks these didn't last long. I was hoping for more artists like 50 Cent, Eazy-E, right? Maybe like Michael and Prince as well, because they played a role in the hip hop and R&B. They did. They played a role. Again, I'm just grabbing some more plastic out right now, so just bear with me. Here. Alright, now let me grab these out of the way too. Okay, so here's Left Eye right there. Here's Biggie right there. You guys are gonna love this. You guys ready? So I had to snatch these up. I had to. You guys ready? They had a third one, but I passed on the third one. You guys ready? Oh, here's the Beat It outfit for the Michael doll and the Thriller one. Yeah. The one that I passed on was that one right there. I didn't want that one. I didn't want that outfit. And here is, this is the only Iron Man figure I actually own. So I think he's a bit cool. I wouldn't mind getting a good, decent one. Maybe one day. Now, guys, ready for what I'm about to show you? 'Cause this came out in '97. I got it for like $10 a few years back. And it comes with a comic book as well, still in packaging. Look at that. Look at that, still in packaging too. Not the best packaging, but still in packaging. Factory sealed still. Storm. That was just a really awesome figure to find. Really awesome find. And I found that at a store. Now, I'm gonna get few of these Hot Wheel figures out the way. Most of them I'm about ready to sell, which leads me into this. I was at GameStop today doing some pricing. So in order for me to renew, right, my pro membership, which I haven't done in a while, is $25, right? About $25, which is going to get me about 1,000 in-store credit, 50% off per purchase item, because yes, they are raising the prices on the PS5. So to get the one that I'm looking for is going to be around 180, and the games are going to remain the same prices. So I'm going to get all 11 games back plus some I didn't have, right? And I'm looking at roughly, $1,077. But it may end up being a little bit more less, because that 1,000 in-store credit with 50% off is really going to help me a lot on the 3rd. So I've been gathering up a few things to sell for tomorrow, so I can renew my account. Actually, I'm going to open up this and take it out the bag here. And this was a bootleg figure I found being sold at Walmart. Believe it or not, back in the day, just like now, Walmart doesn't really check their distributors. And Walmart does sell a chain of bootleg items. I remember having bootleg Pokemon figures back in the day that I bought from them. Trust me. They don't always check their distributors of lines where things come from. And with this figure, I bought, I'm going to say about maybe 2 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago. Come to find out it was a bootleg figure, but I ended up getting it from Walmart. Which is this one, and I couldn't pass it up. And I'm going to show you guys what makes it a bootleg figure. Of all that in the back. Look at that. You can't beat that, though. Like, I just thought that was the coolest thing, though. Or at least for me, it was. At least for me it was. So, at least for me. So, let's go ahead and so the Hot Wheels cars I'm not going to part with are going to be my Batman stuff. I'm not going to part with them. Here's some right here. I don't really have them. I might put them right there. I don't want to, but I may have to. Here's this one right there. It's gonna suck parting with these color changing ones, though. I don't know. You know what? I'm not gonna part with my color changing ones. I like them. Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo with that one, so I'm not going to part with that. Get this plastic out the way. Let me put that somewhere. I don't know. Here's this one right here, right? Here's that one right there. I got some stuff in this little baggie. One of them's a little Hey Arnold figure. Let me kind of unzip all this and show you guys. Here's Hey Arnold right there. We love Hey Arnold, so we're not going to part with him. Here's this Batmobile one right there from actual 19. This actually came out in '89. This actually came out in '89. Okay, let me continue. So let me see here. We got the Jetsons, right? It doesn't say what year this came out. No, unfortunately it doesn't. And I actually like I don't know, I really don't want to part with the Jetsons. But it was like $1 though. Damn, pretty cool. It's the Jetsons though. Yeah, I'm not part with the Jetsons, sorry. I like the Jetsons. This one I'll part with though, the Cyclops. Right there, so I'll part with that one. This is where it's gonna hurt though, because some of these are really nice cars. Like this one, right? What year did this come out? 1999. It's gonna suck parting with that one though. Then you got this one right here. This came out in year 2000. That's gonna suck to part with. Here's this Wolverine car right there. I can part with that one. Pull out a few more. Here are these lowrider ones, right? It's gonna suck parting with them though. That came out 2018. I think as well as this one. So, here's this Batmobile right there. Supposed to be from the Batman, but I don't recognize it as it. Let me see here. Okay, now I got probably around a pretty portion of these Adam West ones, so those I can part with. That one I'll keep. Here's this one from Robert's Pattinson one right there. Color changing one right there. I just think those are cool, so I'm not going to part with those ones. Here's Javar. So him I can part with. Here's the Joker one right there. I'm not going to part with that. Here's another one of these ones. This one I can part with. Right there. I got a lot of lightsabers in here. I'm not going to show them. I think we all know what lightsabers look like. So, you know, yeah, you can call it out of laziness. It's just, I think we all know what lightsabers look like. At least I hope we do. Another wrestling figure, Bret Hart, right there. Don't want that to fall. We got a wrestling figure here. This was a Christmas gift from my niece. I don't know these women at all, but I'm keeping it anyway. No Christmas gift. What's inside this one, you guys are going to really enjoy. I got this like 5 years back now, I think. It was the only one at Walmart. It was the only one too. I grabbed it. You guys ready for this? Are you ready for this one? Are you sure? The kids, you guys not, man. Turbo Man, come on. Turbo Man. Can't beat that. Turbo Man doll. Comes with, it's still in packaging. I'll never see this again in my life. This was Walmart exclusive. You're just not gonna see it. You're just not gonna see it again, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. Hopefully you guys would like that. I figured that would be a really awesome treat. Alright. This is old. God, it's starting to turn yellow too. I had this for a long time. What year did this come out? 2008. Holy crap. Yeah, that's starting to turn. Starting to turn. Okay, let me grab a few things. Let me just grab more of these plastics out the way here. Toss them on the ground. Here's this golden Batmobile right there. Thought that was cool. Wonder Woman. I can part with that one. Ooh boy, I just got a spinning headache there for a moment. Got kind of dizzy. Here's this Lowrider one. I can part with that. Okay. I hope you know what this looks like. Okay. Here's this one from the animated series right there. Here's this Batman one right there. Here's Harley Quinn, right? Car. Here's another one of these. They had this whole thing of you got to collect certain ones, like different shades of color ones, which are hard to find with them, but I can part with that one. Now here's the one from Mask of the Phantasm. Yeah. You know, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, what else is in this bin is lightsabers. Lightsabers. I'm hoping we all know what lightsabers look like. I don't want to pull them out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.